So, let's pin the knee on the bird. So stick a little sticker on the bird's knee. That's all you have to do.
Well, it's never going to be where I think it's going to be. In the knee bit.
Or it could be a double bluff.
Oh, not a double bluff.
Well, I'm going to put in an early pitch for there. I'm going to say it's got a knee in its neck.
Right.
It's got a knee, and that's how it bends its neck. And it's a little quirk of nature.
Oh, and Jack's put one on.
You're not putting it on the knee where the knee is.
But he bites.
No, because the bendy bit would be... Oh, no, that could be like a little camp arm.
The wings are going to be the arms this time, aren't they? The wings are the arms, aren't they? The wings are the arms.
Wings are the arms.
The legs are the legs. The legs have got the knees in.
The legs have got the knees in. The legs have got knees.
The knees where the bend in the middle.
Going
Going knees, I'm going in.
Going in, he's going in, he's going in, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm feeling a double bluff.
You're just covering the entire animal with red dots, Cal.
I've just given
turning it into...
I've given it a perm.
You're giving it a coxcomb. There we are. So you've... Ah, dear, I'm afraid, Alan, you've fallen into our little trap. Those are not the knees. People think birds' knees goes backwards. Those are ankles.
Oh, you see?
You see, those are ankles.
Something like that.
Here, maybe?
There. Now, Jack. Points for Jack. You lose one for the bottom one, which is there. Forget that one. Exactly.
It's an unusual flamingo, and then it's got a duck coming out of its arm.
It's pretty hard to deny.
Where are the duck's knees? Ask the flamingo.
Yeah. Well, there are the knees at the top. They're usually covered in feather. And the bottom bit is the ankle. I know
So there's a very real chance if you kicked a flamingo in the knees and the balls at the same time. That's some pain, isn't it?
Whoa, yes.
Because they must be up in the same sort of area.
Yes, they don't really have testicles, though, do they? I mean, they have little sexual parts.
It'd be quite a different...
as do I.
It'd be quite an unnerving sight as flocks of flamingos flew overhead if they did have dangling testicles.
Boy, girl, boy,
Very worrying.
boy, girl.
So do I get a point? Have I got a point?
I think you've got a point, Jack. Yeah.
There's an apple for you.
Oh, I can't tell you how much that works. That always works with me.
That came
Thank
from.
you, Jack. Oh, bless you, apple.
Dance with an apple, next thing you know, you're in some sort of therapy. Be careful.
What noise does the largest frog in the world make?
Very good. Very good. That's your answer. Excellent. Answer. Any other thoughts?
Ribbit.
Really loud.
Oh, dear. Who said ribbit?
Yeah!
Ribbit.
How do you spell ribbit? Oh,
Like that. Well, that's apparently how you spell it.
That's rabbit in New Zealand. Ribbits.
I will tell you what the sound of the... I can actually give you...
Tell us when to do it.
I will. I'll give you my party impression.
A metallic noise, like I'm thinking about.
Oh, no, there are frogs that do that.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you... This is it. It's... No, it isn't that. It's not that at all. No, that's the sound people being amusing, because, in fact, the 3-foot-long Goliath frog of Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea is mute. Entirely mute, makes no noise at all. There are 4,360 known species of frog, but only one of them, in fact, Alan, goes ribbit. Each species has its own unique call. The reason that everyone thinks all frogs, and this is true, the reason that everyone thinks all frogs go ribbit is that ribbit is the distinctive call of the southern Pacific tree frog. This is the frog that lives in Hollywood. Recorded locally, it has been plastered all over the movies for decades to enhance the atmosphere of anywhere from the Everglades to Vietnamese jungles. Frogs actually make a huge variety of noises. They croak, snore, grunt, trill, cluck, chirp, ring, whoop, whistle and growl.
And
they make noises like sheep. Yes?
They also say, it's not easy being green.
Bless. Frogs make noises like sheep, like cattle, like squirrels and crickets. The barking tree frog yaps like a dog. The carpenter frog sounds like two carpenters hammering nails out of sync. And Fowler's toad makes noises like a band of Red Indians whooping. Most female frogs, like the Goliath frog, make no noise at all.
Because we can't get a bloody word in edgeway.
Anyway, what lives underwater and is the loudest animal in the world for its size? Greg Proops.
Oprah.
Good answer, but untrue.
Is it going to be a blue whale?
Oh, you were doing so well. No, it's the largest in relation to its size. The noise it makes is quite astounding. When I tell you that its size is 2 millimetres, and it creates a sound of over 99 decibels, which is like a freight train passing by. It's an incredibly loud noise, and it's a little lake creature, actually. Do you know those things that almost seem to walk on water? Do you remember what they're called?
Our Lord.
You could call this the Jesus insect if you wanted. It's a water boatman. The water boatman is a beautiful little creature, and it uses the surface tension of the water, there you see, to walk along the water.
That's a pond skater, of course.
So unlike a blue whale in almost every respect.
The noise it gives out is like a passing freight train. We have a theory how they produce it, and we'd like you to try out our theory. They use their penises against their tummies.
Peni.
Peni, if you like, penises, if you wanted to speak in English. But by all means, peni, if you like. They rub their penises on their tummy and somehow create a noise of 99.2 decibels.
But that's just a theory, though, right?
Yep.
Because I put my penis against my belly, it don't make no noise.
If you really whack it, though, if you...
Steady.
It depends on if I have to get up in a hurry.
Like
if I got
and imagine that it's a penis, all right? You pass that to Greg.
You know, imagining is not helping, but all right.
Obviously, there's yours, Alan. No. You can have a normal one. Now, this is quite complicated, but you should have a little bowl of rosin, as in the kind of stuff that ballet dancers use to keep their shoes from sliding on the stage and that string players use for their bows. Ordinary rosin. Oh, very good. Listen to that noise. Keep doing that. You're rubbing, you're trying to... It gets surprisingly loud, doesn't it? Like... Oh, God, yes!
I don't seem to be attracting any boatmen or women.
Not getting 99 decibel.
There, you see that?
This is still louder, though.
Is that yours?
But isn't that surprising?
Wow.
It's like Mars attacks.
Yeah.
Our brains will explode.
Solo.
Alan's very good at it, isn't he?
Have you given him a wand? Is that a wand?
Do animals count?
Do you mean in life, in a sort of sociological?
They count very
They
much
count.
in that sense. But do they count in the sense of actually...
Well,
From what I know, there are some animals that can count.
well
Yes,
they
you're right.
all lined up for Noah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a fact story.
That's a fact
true
story,
fact story.
so-
Do you have thoughts on the side of the room?
Well,
I can imagine a monkey can count.
surely. There must be a rhesus monkey with an accountancy degree. There must
But
be.
you're spot on. Not only monkeys, but monkeys certainly are.
Apparently, chicks, when they hatch, can show some propensity towards being able to
1,
count.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Because you can see their
chicks.
heads counting, can't you? They're like 1, 2.
Well, let me give you a list of some of the animals that have been spotted counting. Pigeons, parrots, raccoons, ferrets, rats, salamanders, honeybees, monkeys and apes. Have all been seen to count, add and subtract. Rhesus monkeys, funny you should mention them, at Columbia University have shown they can arrange groups of up to 9 objects. In
It's
correct
always
numerical
rhesus monkeys.
sequence.
Do you not feel sorry for them? They're always say, "Oh, let's teach them to speak French." Or, I mean,
Yeah, you're right. Crows and parrots can count up to 5 or 6. Cormorants can count up to 7. Now, how do you know that?
It takes 7 fish back to the nest.
Not quite that.
Something like that.
Actually, Chinese fishermen have trained them to
catch fish for them. And what they do is they put a ring around their throat so that they can't swallow fish themselves. So they catch the fish, but dump them on the deck of the boat. And how they've trained them is that once they get past 7, on the 8th, they get rid of the ring and the cormorant can catch its own.
I love that when they make up their own mind. There used to be a bear at Regent's Park Zoo in the 1920s that was fed biscuits by the general public, and on Mondays it was half price, and so they got a lot more biscuits, and so on Tuesdays the bear used to take the day off.
Yes, that's it. He counted days, or she counted days. As a calendar. It's
I
brilliant.
suppose it's when in need, like, you wouldn't be needing to count up stuff if you're a bear, like, you're not.
But sometimes you'll see, maybe they need to count how many kids they
Yes,
have,
Yeah.
and they can tell if one of them's gone missing.
Although ducks are
You know.
rubbish at that, they are. I lived on a houseboat for many, many years, and we're forever trying to get baby ducks to join back up with mother, who'd just gone off. She was off down to Battersea.
Sandy, what are your stories of what you do for entertainment? Like, we used to try and convince ducks to hang out with each other.
I suffer from a fatal condition, Aisling, which is posh voice, no money. Describe the world's best-dressed crab.
I'm going to say a little bit of lime, some chilli, some mayo, and then just, serve with, like, brown bread, probably.
That does sound delicious.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
But I'm actually talking about a live crab.
You didn't say that.
No, I didn't. I should be clearer.
A lot of the things you said tonight have been ambiguous.
Yes. Welcome to the show.
Is it in a shell suit?
I'm proud to be your friend. No. There's something called a dresser crab, or indeed the decorator crab, and what it does is it gathers material from all around itself in order to blend in with the surroundings. So it's basically making camouflage clothing. They cover their shells in seaweed, in sponge and pearls, chewing on the material in order to make it fibrous, and then it attaches it to itself. It's got like little tiny Velcro bits on its claws and legs. I love this one is seriously getting dressed up.
That's Cardiff on a Saturday night, that is. That's proper getting ready.
And they're found off the coast of Australia. They're tiny, just over 1.5 inches. And sometimes what they do is they put noxious stuff on them to ward off predators. It's called aposematism.
It's called lynx. Other sprays are available.
But there are lots of what we call augmented animals, so animals who make themselves look a bit different. One of my favourites, Urubba lugens caterpillar. It keeps its old heads and wears them as hats.
That is hoarding gone mad.
As it grows, it sheds its exoskeleton, and the protrusion on the top of the head remains, and eventually it has a stack which it uses both as a weapon and as a false target for any would-be predators. It's known as the mad caterpillar.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Found in Australia and New Zealand, isn't it wonderful?
That's incredible. He doesn't even need that. Look how much you'd remember him anyway.
Yeah.
Another one. Do you remember the guy you met him last week? He had 5 heads on his... 5 heads as a hat. 5-head Gary, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's another one, which is a beetle that lives in the Costa Rican rainforest. It's called Nymphster cranari, and it disguises itself as an army ant's bottom. So that looks like it's just an ant, but the bit that is a protrusion, as if the ant has got terrible hemorrhoids, is actually a beetle. And what it does is it bites onto the ant and then it rides around, disguised as an army ant's bottom.
What a life.
What a life, I know.
Do you think the ant knows what's happening, why it's got an extra bum? Or do you think the ant is like, oh my God, the piles are back?
Yeah.
Well, it will keep going like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What the hell is that?
I'm sure there's something.
Suddenly you're the Kim Kardashian.
Oh, no. You never see me. And every now and then it goes... doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I can hear something. But then the ant will shit in its face. Oh, you ruined it! You were behind me, you shitty beetle!
All the other ants are going, you haven't put on any weight, you look fine. Really? Are you sure? You look fine.
And then the 5-head caterpillar goes, have you seen him? He's hanging on to his arse. Well, you can't possibly be living down there. Yeah, just... There's a beetle on the ant. There's a beetle on the ant. So I don't...